Floods are among the most common and destructive natural disasters, occurring when areas become submerged in water. They can result from heavy rainfall, overflowing rivers, or a combination of factors, causing widespread damage to homes, infrastructure, and agricultural lands, and posing risks to human life and the environment.
Flood comes in various forms. River flooding occurs when rivers overflow due to prolonged heavy rain, often impacting floodplains and nearby communities. Urban flooding happens in cities with poor drainage system where rainwater cannot flow away quickly. This type is common in densely populated areas like Metro Manila. Flash flooding develops rapidly within 6 hours of heavy rainfall, especially in areas with steep terrain. These floods strike with like warming and cause significant destruction. Floods are a global concern. According to the World Health Organization, floods claim over 5,000 lives annually. In 2021 alone, more than 60 million people worldwide were affected by floods. In Philippines, frequently typhoons and heavy rains make flooding recurring threat, ranked among the top 10 countries most vulnerable to disasters. Our country faced regular challenges from typhoon, included flooding. Why should we talk about floods? Awareness can save lives by helping people understand the risks and how to respond. Preparedness. Having evacuation plans, emergency kit, and flood-resistant infrastructure is critical for reducing harm. Climate change has increased the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, including floods, making it vital to adopt. Policy and planning discussions. Help communities and governments improve urban planning and flood control measures. The Philippines is no stranger to devastating floods. Typhoon Ondoy in 2009 caused massive flooding in Metro Manila, leaving thousands homeless and over 700 dead. More recently, provinces like Cagayan, Pampanga, and Marikina continue to face annual flooding, bringing displacement, food scarcity, and health risks such as waterborne diseases.
The Philippines faces an average of 20 typhoons each year, with some causing massive devastation but causes these destructive weather events. Let's explore their natural and human-made causes and the role of infrastructure using examples of typhoons that have impacted our nation. Typhoons are driven by natural processes. Warm waters in the Pacific, high humidity, and low winds sure create the perfect environment for this storm to form. The Philippines' location in the Pacific typhoon belt makes it a prime target. Coastal region like Eastern Visayas and Bicol often bear the brunt of these storms. For examples, Typhoon Yolanda in 2013, one of the strongest typhoon ever recorded, formed over warm Pacific waters and devastated Tacloban City with storm surges and 315 km per hour winds. Human action are intensifying typhoons' effect. Climate changes caused by greenhouse gas emissions is warming the ocean, making storms like Typhoon Odette in 2021 stronger and more frequent. In the Philippines, deforestation worsens, flooding in landslide as seen during Typhoon Ulysses in 2020. Poor waste management in urban areas like Metro Manila clogs drainage systems, exacerbating flood during heavy rains. Urbanization without proper planning has made many communities more vulnerable. Informal settlements near rivers and coasts, as seen during Typhoon Ondoy in 2009, are especially at risk. Outdated infrastructure such as drainage systems and flood control dams often fails during heavy storms, worsening the damage.
Typhoons are a part of life in the Philippines, but their effects go beyond the winds and rains. They leave behind devastation that impacts the environment, society, health, and personal lives. Today, We'll explore these impacts through real examples, including my own experience as a Typhoon Undoy survivor. Environmentally, typhoons wreak havoc on ecosystems. Typhoon Egay, for instance, triggered massive landslides in the Cordillera region, destroying forests and eroding fertile soil. Coastal areas suffered storm surges that damaged coral reefs, disrupting marine biodiversity. These losses take years to recover, affecting both nature and livelihoods. The social and economic toll is immense. Typhoon Egay displaced over 50,000 families, leaving many in overcrowded evacuation centers. Farmers in northern Luzon lost billions of pesos worth of crops, including rice and cornfields, while infrastructure damage isolated entire communities. Typhoon Ondoy was no different. Entire neighborhoods in Metro Manila were submerged. Homes were swept away and businesses shut down, leaving families financially devastated. Health is another critical concern during typhoons. Typhoon Egay caused a rise in waterborne diseases like leptospirosis and dengue, while survivors faced injuries and trauma. For many, including myself, the mental scars are just as lasting as the physical ones. Despite the destruction, typhoons also highlight the strength of the Filipino spirit. Communities come together to rebuild, to help one another rise again. These disasters remind us of the importance of preparation, unity, and hope. Typhoons may leave scars, but they also reveal our resilience and courage. This is not just a story of loss, it's a story of survival, determination, and unbreakable spirit of the Filipino people.
Flooding is a major issue in the Philippines, a country vulnerable to heavy rains and typhoons. But with effective mitigation and prevention strategies, we can minimize its devastating effects. Let's explore key approaches to addressing floods in our country. Accurate flood forecasting and early warning save lives. In the Philippines, Pag-asa uses satellite imagery, radar systems, and weather models to predict floods. These warnings are communicated through text alerts, sirens, and community radios, ensuring people have enough time to prepare or evacuate. Early warning systems were crucial during Typhoon Ulysses in 2020, helping many communities avoid greater loss of life. Infrastructure plays a vital role in flood mitigation. Dams, levees, and flood walls help regulate water flow and prevent rivers from overflowing into residential areas. For example, the Marikina River has flood walls to manage rising waters, though continued upgrades are needed to handle the increasing intensity of flood caused by climate change. Strong communities are key to flood resilience. Educating residents about flood risk and safety measures is essential. Barangays conduct disaster preparedness training, including evacuation drills, route planning, and emergency kit preparation. Local participation was evident during Typhoon Ondoy in 2009, where many communities worked together to rescue neighbors and provide relief despite the challenges.
Flood devastation is not just a natural phenomenon, it's also a reflection of our choices. Human activities like deforestation, pollution, and contributing to climate change significantly worsen flooding. But by understanding our role, we can take responsibility and work towards solutions to safeguard our environment. Dr. Carlos Primo David, DNR Undersecretary for Integrated Environmental Science, emphasizes that government strategies should include expanding green spaces, adapting permeable pavements, and implementing innovative water management solutions. But the biggest opportunity lies in reforestation, restoring rivers, and promoting responsible urban development. These measures not only reduce flood risk but also contribute to a healthier environment. We now live in an advanced world where technology plays a crucial role in solving problems like flooding. Today, weather predictions are more accurate and early warning systems provide timely alert at risk communities. Modern tools also optimize water management. while faster communication and coordination ensure relief support reaches affected citizens efficiently. But even with advanced technology and strategies, the success of this solution depends on our collective discipline. Governments, organizations, and individuals must work together to make real improvements and changes. By combining the right technology, people, and plans with decisive action, we can achieve our goal of reducing floods and saving more lives. It is time to take responsibility, embrace sustainability, and use every resources available to create a safer and more resilient Philippines. To fight against flooding starts with us. Together, we can make a difference.
Just like the Sierra Madre, the backbone of Luzon, Filipinos are unyielding in the face of adversity. These mountains have withstood countless storms, their peaks rising even after the harshest winds and rains. The Sierra Madre doesn't just stand tall, it protects, shields, and nurtures the land around it, just as the Filipino spirit has weathered every storm, standing strong and protecting one another. After every storm, we rebuild, and together, like the Sierra Madre, we remain strong.